is called Bear Claws, and it's a great filler. It kind of fills in the way that spirals do. It just fits really nicely between lots of different designs whenever you need to fill in a little space. So let me see, we'll start up here. I start this design with an almost complete circle. See how I didn't close the circle? And then this design is just a matter of echoing from one side to the other. So I echoed around to the other side, and now I'm going to echo back. And whenever I decide that I'm filled enough echoes, I'll just start a new one. So it's like 3/4 or 4/5 of a circle. It's almost a circle, but not quite. Echo, echo. I don't really want to start my next one over here, so I'm going to echo again over to this side. And now I can start my next one. It's an almost circle. I echoed up as far as I could until I ran into something. I echoed as far as I could, and now I can decide, do I want to move on there, or do I want to go back to the other side? Either way, you can echo as many times as you want. Why don't I just fill this in here? You see how fast this is filling up the space? Now I can also curl this in and just make it tighter in general. So I do that by making that first one smaller. And it's a little bit more of a curve. And echo and echo. And that just leaves less of this open space so that you get a different texture. This one can be really hypnotic to sketch out. So just like what we've done before with spirals, if you want, you can always sort of just echo around something that you've already done. It's going to blend in with the overall texture, and nobody's going to be able to see that you changed what you were doing there. I think I saw a comment here. So-and-so loves this motif, and Julie says it's nice to see you draw this versus the stitching video. Yeah, I've had several people request this in my class. For some reason, this like many designs, like meandering gave me a lot of problems. Sometimes people are just like having a hard time wrapping their head around this one, and in my experience, it's because they're making the first thing too flat. Like, look at how that's a half circle, and if I keep drawing that, it just has a really different look. And so if your thing is flat, you're still going to have a pattern. It's just not going to look like this. So if you're drawing it and not liking the way it looks, just see if you got most of a circle before you started. Because if you get most of a circle, then that's going to keep it nice and round. But the temptation is when you're in one of these little V-shaped spaces between two of them, the temptation is to make it less circular. But if you can keep it nice and round at the beginning, then it'll stay round as you echo out around it. I hope that makes sense. Any questions about this one? So you can make that inside as curly as you want. Oh, Sarah Callanan says, you look forward to these videos. Thank you, me too. It's become a really sweet part of my life. In fact, I talked with somebody that I worked with yesterday about how they may be needing me to come back for, well, at least a couple of months, just due to all this like COVID shifting. And that my days would start at 8, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to do about my morning videos? So we'll see. I'm very excited I like my job. I want to go back to work, and I'm excited to help, but I also love these videos, and I want both of them to be a part of my life. So we'll see how that happens. Okay, really quickly before I have to go. So just a reminder that you can tighten that swirl pretty tight if you want. and do this echoing around the outside. And that, if you do that, might help you keep it more round. And just a reminder that you can do anything with this same technique, right? So you could make that a whole circle if you wanted before you echo around the outside. And that changes it a little bit. But what I want you to do is just make sure that you're getting this idea that after you make the thing, you bounce around the sides of it as many times until you go on to something else. So could you expand that idea even further? Yes. What if your idea was hearts? You could bounce around your heart as many times as you want before moving on. Do your thing, echo your thing, echo your thing. I'm ready to move on. Do the thing, echo the thing, echo the thing. Let's say I want to put my next one here, echo around whatever I need to get to the next place. Wouldn't that be fun to stitch all over a quilt for somebody you love? Totally.